from holding. Anyways, attack on Echuko, Kogi government arrest. How I was arrested. You can get that on the page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. Amotekun arrest 2 caught with human head, body parts in Shaki of Oyo State. EFCC to greet Edo, Sadia, Alimat, Delhi until you continue the story on the page 29 of the Nigerian Tribune. Prospective Corps members now to register with NIN. $10 donates 1 billion naira to Lagos State Security Trust Fund. Makinde hands over 100 patrol vehicles to police, army, others. I will appear in court to prosecute people charged with corruption, ICPC chairman says. Army redeploys 975 officers, cancelled 120 posting. Exercise a routine, spokesperson said. And of course, the final story, alleged $6 billion Mambila power fraud. Soyinka raises the alarm as court remains Agunloye in Kuje prison. This was a mini stand-up about Obasanjo 1999 to 2003. And of course, there's still a scandal of $6 billion. Anyways, I hope they get and recover.
Anyway, go don't spend finish.
Okay, OD, can we have the Nation newspaper? We're going to be reading from the Nation newspaper now. The Nation newspaper.
The Nation newspaper.
The Nation newspaper, OD, the Nation newspaper. Okay, so the lucky stories that made it into the Nation newspaper this morning. EFCC quizzes 10 officials of humanitarian ministry, and the rider is agency profiles 12 firm awarded 3 billion naira consultancy contracts. Zenith J's Clear Air. YCBN sacked boards of Union, Keystone, Polaris Bank. Obaseki not backing me. Painful, says Shoaib. Shareholders lose out in Cadbury's loan conversation. Airtel to build Africa's largest data center in Nigeria. And finally, SWAT is Chevron's chair. And that's it from the Nation newspaper. There's a topic I think we need to discuss. The pensioners. Pensioners not getting, pensions
for
45 years. 45 years. That for me is something we need to focus on. I remember on this table at some point we had an old teacher, he came here, 80-something-year-old man, and he was coming to say that, the government, the Lagos State government should look into pensions for the teachers, They have, how could you become a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, an artist, whatever, without teachers? They've paid their dues. And then at the end of the day, they now have problems in getting their pensions. And the same thing is going for, all other people who have served the nation. They worked as civil servants and yet they cannot get their pension. For me, it's a big one. And the question I want to ask our analyst first, again this time, is how long do you think Nigeria is going to be facing this kind of issue? When are they going to make this priority? When are they going to make it priority?
Well, it's always, I usually want to say it falls on the people. Right? Most times we as a people, we don't get our priorities right. People that we should fight for, we never fight for them. You see, okay, there was a protest by these men in Oyo State, and check the crowd that was at that protest. So they were left to run on their own. You understand? And some of these guys probably won't be here if these guys hadn't served at the time that they served, if they had refused to serve, if they had taken cover and gone away. So, but you see, how can we help these people? By constantly reminding the government of their duties. Remember, there's been cases of fraud, scandals in our pensions board, people embezzling other people's money that were saved. It's not even as if we just kept money for them. It's money that they earned, and now they're supposed to be getting returns on their money. There's a board that was established in 1975. That's the Directorate of Military Pensions. These are things that some of our senators and rep members should be looking at